Yeah, what up, boxing fans? This response video to my boy Dill. Um, I used to get in boxing arguments, man, all day. Every time I go to the barber shop, man, I tell my barber that Amir will ice Floyd, and we go back and forth, back and forth. So he says he always say Floyd to beat Amir Khan. I always say Amir would ice Floyd. So that's all this is, back and forth debate. So I'm just responding to video my boy Dill did. First off, let me get into the Tim Bradley Pacquiao part of it. I don't hate Tim Bradley. I'm sure Boxing Ego doesn't hate Tim Bradley. I'm sure 78 Sports doesn't hate Tim Bradley. And I definitely don't hate Tim Bradley. As a matter of fact, Tim Bradley is a great fighter. If I'm not mistaken, Tim Bradley has what he got? Tim Bradley has the he's the WBO welterweight champion. Tim Bradley is a great fighter. I can't take nothing away from Tim Bradley. The man is a great fighter. I never said that he wasn't a great fighter. What I'm saying is that Tim Bradley would be a cherry pick fight for Manny Pacquiao. That doesn't mean a cherry pick fight for Miguel Cotto or Floyd Mayweather or who else? Keith Thurman or Amir Khan or Sean Porter. It would be a cherry pick for Manny Pacquiao. Now let me go into the reasons why I believe it would be a cherry pick for Manny Pacquiao. Well, I can't really say that your argument is wrong because you believe that Tim Bradley won the first fight. So if you believe that Tim Bradley won the first fight, that would mean that it's 1-1. Okay, so if a fan thinks that is 1-1, of course they would want to see a third fight. I have no problem with that. That's why I say your argument is not wrong in what you believe. So I can't disprove your argument that you want to see that third fight. You believe that it's 1-1. You believe Tim Bradley won the first fight. Well, I'm gonna prove my argument why this is a cherry pick fight. There is a poll that was done after the first fight. The link will be in the description. Let me read this poll. The poll results from ESPN. Okay, the first fight results. It says who should have been awarded the win of Manny Pacquiao versus Tim Bradley. Okay, you had 136,996 votes. Okay, out of 136,996 votes, you had 85% of those votes for Manny Pacquiao and 15% of the votes for Tim Bradley. Okay, you're in that 15% that believe Tim Bradley won. I'm in the 85% that believes Manny Pacquiao won. So when you come from a percentage of 85% that believes Manny Pacquiao won, that gives you a score of 2-0. Okay, if you got a score of 2-0 that Manny Pacquiao won both fights, coming from my belief and 85% of the people's belief that Manny Pacquiao won the first fight, if you fight a guy, from my perspective, when you're fighting a guy that the 85% of the fans feel that you won both fights, that is going to be seen as a cherry pick when you fight the same guy for a third time. Point example. Let's just say, for example, what fight can I use? Let's just say, for example, Sergey Kovalev fought. He already beat Bernard Hopkins, and he fought Bernard Hopkins again, beat him again in a close fight. Let's just say the fight was close. Second fight was close. Then he goes back again and fights Bernard Hopkins a third time. That is going to be seen as a cherry pick, even though we all know that Bernard Hopkins is a legend. He's a great fighter. We know that. But to fight a guy that you already beat twice to the fans, and you fight this guy a third time, that's going to be looked at as a cherry pick. That's why I look at it as a cherry pick, and several others look at it as a cherry pick. And the majority of the fans don't want to see that fight. Manny Pacquiao asked on his Instagram account, who should I fight for my last fight? And the majority of the fans said Terrence Crawford or Amir Khan. You got about 1 or 2 fans, maybe 3 or 4, said Tim Bradley. But the majority of those fans said Terrence Crawford or Amir Khan. That's who they want to see Manny Pacquiao fight. Now let's move on to Tim Bradley, Amir Khan. Well, he said, my boy Dilltown says, my boy Dilltown says, why haven't I been asking for Amir Khan versus Tim Bradley? Well, as we know, back when both guys fought at 140, the fight was 90% done, and Tim Bradley pulled out of the fight. If you guys need proof of that, I can provide you guys with the Fight Hype article from Ben from Fight Hype. Tim Bradley pulled out of that fight to fight Manny Pacquiao. He pursued a Manny Pacquiao fight. Now, was Tim Bradley ducking Amir Khan? Who, I can't say that. That's not for me to say. All I know, the fight didn't get made. He fought Manny Pacquiao. Could we call that a duck? Hey, that's not for me to say. That's for the fans to decide whether that's a duck or not. But personally, hey, I wouldn't call that a duck. He went to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's more money fight Manny Pacquiao. However, Tim Bradley pulled out of the fight. As far as now, that fight happening, I don't see Bob Arum wanting to do business with Al Heyman. Now, I think Al Heyman would do business with Bob Arum, but Bob Arum is suing Al Heyman, so he's not going to want to do business with Al Heyman to make that fight. That's one of the main reasons why Amir Khan and Manny Pacquiao is not getting made. Bob Arum said specifically that he did not want Manny Pacquiao to choose Amir Khan because he doesn't promote Amir Khan. So that's the main hurdle as to why we may never see a Tim Bradley versus Amir Khan fight. It all has to do with Bob Arum. Bob Arum would stand in the way and he would block that fight. Would I love to see it? Hell yeah, I would love to see it. I think it's a 50-50 fight. That ain't no cherry pick fight. At least I don't think it is. You got 2 good boxers. Styles are alike. So I think it'll be a good fight for both of those guys. Of course, I'm going to say my boy Amir Khan will win. I'm a Khan fan, so I'm going to ride with Khan all day on that fight. I think he would outbox Bradley, win a decision. But I don't see the fight happening. So this is my response to Dilltown. You guys go check out his channel and check out 68's Africa's channels as well, man. His is dope. I just disagree with those guys on the Bradley Pacquiao fight. I don't want to see a third fight. I think he should fight Conor Crawford or Jesse Vargas, Broner, any of those guys. That's just my take on it.